Hello there everybody, Oymon here, and welcome back to the Talos Principle 2, where, when we last left off, I discovered that this game was not what I was expecting it to be. Based on the, I guess, simplicity of the last Talos Principle, I was expecting a sort of similar-ish affair, you know, something smaller, scale, a bit simple, but no, what we got was giant cities run by android humans, sort of future humans, I guess, with full dialogue trees and mysterious holograms popping up out of nowhere, and excuse me, yeah, and yeah, one hell of a surprising turn in for the game. Not that I'm complaining, you know, no problem for me with a game that decides it wants to push further for the sequel. I mean, that's literally the point, right? That's kind of what you want to do with sequels. So, yeah. The short version is we are number 1000, or 1K, as everybody calls me, or wonky, as I'm going to refer to myself, because I probably will end up being a little bit wonky. And just as we were born into the world, this weird hologram of a character calling themselves Prometheus sort of showed up, started talking, but then seemed to get chained away by someone that they refer to as Pandora. So, no idea where the hell that's going. Excuse me. So, that's that. And the signal itself seems to come from this mysterious island, which we now have to go to. And that's it. That's as far as we got. Hello! Hello, hello, hello.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yep. Opportunity I can't pass up.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing, hmm? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is going to fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Now let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Yeah, I think so. I spent at least 2 hours last time just wandering around the little city they've got there. As I said, I am fairly certain we'll be, like, returning back here at, like, certain moments throughout the story, and things within the city are going to advance and change as time goes on. That would be my guess. They put so much work into this place, I'd be surprised if you're only here once. So let's go.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We don't have
We
hats.
really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here.
Whoa.
It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be. As a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey.
Okay.
So I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
Ooh. Yeah, hello. Oh yes, they did say that when you're in sleep
You have
mode...
chosen a dangerous path. A path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future...
Okay. Okay.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim, and say hello to the mysterious island.
Okay.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody megastructure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
Wow. I'm expecting all
It
this.
really is incredible.
He's down here. Looks promising.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And touchdown.
Woo! Act 1. A voice in the wilderness. Yeah, it took me 3 hours to get here.
I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
Why do you hate fun, Al?
I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
Excellent. Then we can all go.
This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Find schematics. Ooh, hello. So some kind of transport system. What you got, big guy? Oh, he's not got anything to say. But yeah, it looks like some kind of pod that you go racing off on, so that's the thing. Okay, this is... Again, this is bigger than I expected. That is fucking impressive. Jesus Christ. Okay. I also note, top of the screen, we've got a friggin' compass, which implies, to my mind, that there's going to be a map. At least in some regard. So I guess for now we just sort of wander and see what we can find. Holy crap, this is big.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates.
Okay. I'll find it first, but okay.
Golden gates. I wonder what's behind those. Has to be something special, right?
You know what would be special? An explanation.
I mean, you're not wrong. Well, okay. We've got something over here. Some sort of tunnel system, maybe? Hard to say. Might be an exit from somewhere else. Alright, what else have we got? Let's have a mooch. Big ass structures. Ooh, hello. Ah, that's where he suggested I explore, so... Well, let's go explore.
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Yes, it's a little more utilitarian. Whoa! Hello. Okay, well, we'll go down there in a minute. I want to keep mooching first. Is that a power generator? It looks like a power generator. It also looks like it's got a power cell of some kind in it.
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
The red and blue makes green. Yeah. Blue and green should make... Well, it's usually purple, but it looks like it's making red. I suppose. And then that makes blue. So that's informing you about colors. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Talos Principle 2A. Name on the universe. Author Straton of Strageria. Location Har1. Okay. A fragment from Straton's On the Universe. I grant you then that man is indeed like Talos and cannot escape his material nature despite the claims of metaphysics. You have said many times. Too many perhaps. Repetition is the mother of teaching, at least when the students are hard-headed. Yep, that's true, kind of. But what does this tell us about the nature of the universe, which is what we were discussing? That is the next question we must undertake to answer. We begin with the self, because that is what determines our existence as individuals. But the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizen lives within the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle we have discovered to the wider world and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact? Use of the term metaphysics in this context likely an error introduced in the Trebizond manuscript. What the fuck? I don't know if I know these names. So progress notes, author 5358. Trials 000001 to 000003. Version 0.01 successfully deployed. Then a string of... I'm assuming that's hexadecimal code. I can't translate that. I mean, I could if I could be bothered to pull up a hex editor and type it all in and all that stuff, but I'm not going to do that. That takes way too fucking long. And schematics. Okay, good.
Thanks, 1K. Let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. You know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport system.
Ooh. Nice. What's all this then? New interface context available. Press on interface. Oh. Oh yeah, look, it's got little dots and stuff now. I do wonder if we're gonna get like a map at some point.
That sort of looks like a temple.
Yes, it does. Whoa. That's a lot of dots. Did I fill those in? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 24! Like the hours in a day. Don't know. I mean, much like the original Talos principle, the areas are larger than they need to be just to give you explorable space. It didn't have to feel too natural back in the last game, because it was fairly obvious right from the off you're in a simulation. Like, that wasn't supposed to be a big reveal, like, you were supposed to work that out for yourself. But this is, of course, all supposed to look normal. It's supposed to look natural, at least I assume so. Whilst it could be revealed that we're just in another layer of a simulation, yeah, I'm not sure if I'd like that as a twist. I mean, unless they can justify it really, really well, I would prefer that this be actual Earth. And just like the robots have taken over. Alright. This is great. I genuinely don't know what to expect. Honestly, God, I kind of love that. I kind of love that this game has floored me so much that I'm like, I don't know what the hell to expect from it. I really don't. Could be anything. Oh, what is this? Ooh, power generation. Old power generation. These all look like old substations. They also don't look like they're really connected to anything or being used anymore. Interesting. Okay, so we got an old substation. Loot. We got that. No, wait, that's new. I don't think that's anything too much, but look like there's something up there. I mean, I can't get up there for certain, but well, I say I can't get up there yet. Might be able to later. I don't know if we're going to be gaining like abilities or something. Buildings over here. We've glossed over them before. Interesting. So many mysteries and obviously no real answers. Such is the nature of things, I suppose. I have no idea if I can sustain full damage. I'm not entirely sure if I want to find out. I don't know. I am just mooching around to look to see if there's any like secrets or anything like that, but doesn't seem to be. I mean, this is basically, well, it's not really tutorial town, but it is level 1, so tutorial town was where we first woke up, of course. Nope, nothing to say. I have a big fucking pyramid. Okay. Let's head down. Ooh, okay, cutscene. Uh-oh. What?
Am I in sleep mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Melville, I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
On it. Anyone got a butterfly net?
I think I like Melville. Okay, so we just got a big thing. It's like a radio tower. Or antenna of some kind. Really? You want me to get in here? Okay. You don't know what this is going to do, but sure, sacrifice the new guy.
I'm connecting the transport system to our interface. Hold on.
What the hell? Grassland rings. Oh, what the hell? 8 main puzzles, 2 lost puzzles, 1 gold puzzle, 1 lost lab, and 2 stars? What? What does that mean? I mean, I can imagine what it means. You got your main puzzles, you complete those to complete the game. Lost puzzles are secret puzzles you probably have to find in the world somewhere. Gold puzzles, super hard puzzle maybe? A lost lab is probably an explorable location you have to find. Don't know about the stars, but the stars... Actually, the stars could be a different equivalent of the stars from the last game, where you just have to, like, find them in the world. Okay. Okay. So we got 12 possible locations, and each with a variety, because I'm assuming... Okay, sure, travel to each one. Also, let me just check the research. What have we got? Ooh. Wasn't entirely sure what to call this. Looks like a temple and sort of astronomy themed. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I do that. Doesn't need to be active in any way. Okay, my guess, stars. If it's astronomy themed, that's probably where the stars fit for some sort of big secret. Here we go.
Where's the capsule taking 1K?
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands. I put all the information we have on the map screen. Check out your...
Thanks. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm getting like loading lag. This is a Starfield problem. Ooh, whoa, hello.
This place is magnificent. Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
Well, let me do some wandering and I'll see what I can scrounge up. I probably should, you know, big gas robot body like mine, I shouldn't be standing on glass. I doubt that would support my weight. Okay. So we need to keep an eye out for secret things. Somewhere. Secret lab. Hello. 5. Okay, well, I guess those are my puzzle chambers. Music's going bloody hard. 1. Just thinking for some reason. Yeah, I figured. Okay. Number 1, I guess. Let's start nice and simple. RGB shifting.
Is that a puzzle?
Why would there be a puzzle?
Let's solve it and find out. 1K, go ahead.
I have a reoccurring nightmare just like this.
Use Prometheus terminal.
That device was not in the simulation.
Interesting. Well, that's what I'm trying to get to, presumably. Okay. So we need the Cube. So red was a combination of blue and green, wasn't it? Ah, the old familiar sounds. Is there a box in there too? There is. See, I'm trying to see where I can break things, because that's usually where all the secrets are hidden. Alright, so if we want blue, we mix the two colors that aren't blue. I think that's the easy way to remember it, is don't remember, oh, what? Hang on, what makes blue? Oh, I can't remember which combination it is. It's the combination that doesn't include the one you think it does. Okay. Well, we know how to do this, I suppose. Alright, what are we doing?
Whoa! I'm reading an enormous energy spike.
It's another particle cloud.
I'm assuming they're nano machines?
It's headed for the lake.
I think the cloud's been absorbed by some sort of device.
Fascinating. Melville?
Yeah. I'll add it to the pile of weird stuff.
Yeah, I like Melville. she's definitely got my sense of humor. Just like, yeah, sure, I'll add it to the freaking list. Why not? Art, I assume. Alright. Reconnection. Okay. So we read. Now I see it doesn't because it's a converter. Okay. Can we do that? No, we can't. Okay, because I need to relearn the rules. These aren't the same as the original ones we had. Oh, although... No, not that. Maybe... Bingo! I'm assuming they're like nanoswarms or something. I'm going to assume, goody, look. This is done now.
I've been playing around with this machine that absorbs the particle
Whoa,
clouds.
hello.
As far as I can tell, it uses the energy of the particles to build giant tetrominos?
Excuse me?
It's another puzzle. Collect enough energy, build a bridge, access the tower. I think.
What is this? A theme park?
Maybe it's an experiment. A rat maze.
It seems like an echo of the simulation. Not a deliberate recreation, but built around the same core principles. Let's not jump to conclusions, though. What's clear is that this place was meant to be explored. So let's do that.
Yeah, do that. Wait, can I actually... Apparently I can. Well, if you're going to hide a star anywhere, it's going to be on the other side of a giant pool of water. Or maybe in a place like that. These places are huge. Like, even by the first game standards, this is huge. On the one hand, I'd say this is a lot of unnecessary space, but I kind of don't mind that. Like, I feel like a certain amount of unnecessary space is a good thing, because... Oh, hello. What the fuck? Ooh. Apparently I found an ancient human artifact. Hold up. Ooh. Bridge ring, okay. Is Strange bicycle with 3 wheels, perhaps intended for children or pets. Or both, depending on how cool you are. Saying about something here, right? Oh, hang on, is it this one? What's after you meeting 1K? But I found this Pistons. I hope he's interested in mechanical engineering or something. We desperately need more people to keep the city functioning. Remember when you fixed the door? My office, how long was Herman stuck in there? You trapped one mayor in his office for a week and you're marked for life. Hope he's an artist. You know, if we just keep growing, we won't have to worry about this. After in prison for 1K in a cage of expectations. I want to explore. I don't want to see a contradiction between engineering and art. Honestly, I want to explore. Is that a perfect opportunity? Treasure it. Oh goody, I'm so happy. Okay, so yeah, they still have the little thing of find secrets scattered throughout the maps. These maps are so much larger than the last game, though. But as I said, I don't think I mind that. You do move quite fast. So I'm okay with that. What's this all about?
Interesting monument. Decorative for another puzzle.
Ooh. Find my sprite and follow it until it leads you back to me. Right, oh hello. Right, what am I looking for? Oh hey Entire. Protein doesn't usually do that many invisible walls unless it's really necessary. Yeah, actually, like, you know, I haven't played that many Crotein games. Obviously I played Talos Principle 1. Really enjoying Talos Principle 2. I played a bit of Serious Sam 3 a couple of years back. That was really, really great fun. I really enjoyed that. Sort of a... It was kind of a retro shooter before Doom showed up. You know, before Doom 2016. And yeah, they have a very good sense of place when they design their environments. Hello. Ooh, is this one of those secret labs? Could be. Oh, another one of them generators. Nope, can't open that door.
This is very similar to the structure where you found the schematics.
Yes, thank you, I noticed.
Check out the terminals. Maybe there's something that'll help us understand who built this place. They have to have left something behind.
Okay, so that's the terminal. Ooh, hello. Servers. I also like to pump secrets into every game so they become pretty good at it. Some pretty fun ones as well. Oh yeah, there were some really fun secrets. Like there was this one secret in Talos Principle 1 where you could, if you would just happen to be exploring this one map, you could find pieces of this statue, and if you built it, it turned into one of these enemy types. I don't know the names of them, from one of the Serious Sam games, and if you built it, it then just shot up into the air and exploded. Because why the fuck not? Seen a lot of Talos Principle 1 but never played it. But you have played all the Serious Sam games. I would actually really recommend Talos Principle 1. It's a really, really solid game. Probably the kamikazes. Now, I think there was a kamikaze secret. There was this thing that just ran towards you screaming and then exploded. It didn't do anything other than that. It was just a little Easter egg. No, it was some kind of Cyclops creature. It had kind of a big mouth and big arms and legs and so I think. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, let's what is this? Whoa, what the fuck? The laser can drill holes in things. Alright, what we got? It is a good game, but you've seen it played like 3 times by friends. One of the things you've seen too much of it. That's fair. I can understand that. Yeah, it's kind of one of the downsides to a puzzle game is once you've played a puzzle game once and you know what all the solutions are, it's not as fun on its second playthrough. Which is, it's just one of the natural downsides of a puzzle game. There's not really a lot you can do about that. You know, it's like, I really love the game Myst. I do think it's a fucking classic. But I've played it so many times over the years, I could literally just solve the game in 5 minutes. Okay. The Akkadian Empire, forged in violence by Sargon the Great and his sons, reigned supreme over the city-states of Old Sumer. Enriched by trade with distant lands, fed by the plentiful wheat fields of Mesopotamia, the empire bestrode the world with confidence and pride. Who could oppose the chosen of Anu and Enlil, the masters of 4 corners of the world? Then the weather changed, the crops stopped growing, trade collapsed, the empire fell, its capital forgotten. The most likely culprit at the time of writing is the 4.2 kilo-year aridification event, the beginning of the Meghalanian Age. God almighty, these words are going to kill me. A non-anthropogenic drought that may have lasted almost 2 centuries, causing many of the earliest civilizations around the planet to collapse. This is where our ordinary understanding of time, measured on a small scale of human history, collides with the reality of the deep time of our existence within a much bigger picture. We live on a changing planet in a changing universe. Climatic optimums are temporary, extinction is the norm. That is sadly very true. Doesn't help that we're engineering our own one as well, but hey ho, that's a different thing. It'd be like watching Outer Wilds and then playing it yourself. It wouldn't be as magical. Yes, I mean, Outer Wilds, again, is a game I would say, you know, experience it yourself. You have to experience Outer Wilds completely, as blind as you can. Anyway, it's like, I think there's a few things it's okay to know. Like, it's okay to know the game involves a time loop. That's not too much of a surprise. You know, tell people that it's a puzzle and exploration game. That's fine. You know, there are some things you should tell people about the Outer Wilds just to give them an idea of what to expect. But it is a game going in as blind is always good. But, yes. When the founder awoke, leaving the garden behind forever, there were 2 more whose bodies had been anointed by the progenitor. The gold disc breathed life into them, and their names were Eustathius and Cornelius. The founder showed them all she had discovered. I'm still fascinated they decided to make the character from the first game a she. Like, that is just like such a surprise. You think they wouldn't bother with gender? You know, they're robots, they don't have to. Together they explored the dead city and saw the ruins to which mankind had fallen. It was then that the founder understood that the sins of the past must not be repeated, and only through humility could the future be saved. Aside from Cornelius and the other one that I'm not going to bother pronouncing, there were 10 whose bodies the progenitor had not anointed in due time. It was upon the founder to complete this work and begin the resurrection. In this matter, Cornelius proved of great assistance. A string of characters I can't translate. After many tribulations, the 10 were brought to life. These 12 were born after the founder, are called the first companions. Yeah, Eustathius, Cornelius, Aurora, Sun, Sarabhi, Byron, Melampus, Yemo, maybe Yemo, Hypatia, Nima, maybe, Benaroya, and hang on, this one's gonna take me a second. Lithrathir? Depending how you can take something that's 90% true and 10% false and create something that's 100% misleading. Ooh. Hang on. Extra comment. Funny how you can take something that's 90% true and 10% false and create something that's 100% misleading. Because that's the story we were told. So, am I now being led to believe that our origin story is false? I mean, considering we have our, we have the founder and they have the 12 disciples of a sort. I do think that's kind of interesting that we're now going into the stage where it's kind of like a case of like, what do they call it these days? You're not allowed to call it Chinese Whispers. When I was growing up, it was called Chinese Whispers, and there was nothing wrong with calling it Chinese Whispers. But you're not allowed to call it Chinese Whispers anymore. It's got a different name, but I don't actually know what it is. I just know you're not allowed to call it that. But it's like a game of that, where the story has presumably been changed a little and tweaked over time. That's interesting. Okay, trials 7 to 21. Base camp established. Version 0.02 successfully deployed. So far, so good. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to look online for a translation of all this other stuff. But yeah, these are kind of the equivalents of the terminals from the first game, so I'm fine with that. So I'm assuming that this is the secret lab place, I'm guessing. It's also giving us a preview of what to expect in terms of the puzzles. There's going to be some sort of door drilling thing. Hang on. I'm seeing an actual star mark on the map there. Yeah, see, I don't really know what this is, because it's saying... Yeah, so that is the place where there is a star. Like, I wasn't wrong about it. Okay. Because it says... Find my sprite and follow it until it leads you back to me. But I think... Based on that, it's over there. Somewhere. So I don't think I can get to it yet. Which is fine. I will do other things until then. I shall continue to explore and to look and to enjoy. Really. I'm probably going to be playing this for quite a while. I like how you got a little map. What's the map? Does it just show the... It does just show that. But yeah, look, that's saying I found the lost lab, so I'm happy about that. That's good. Wow, big. So what's all this about then? Elevation. Ooh,
it's strange that some of these puzzles seem disconnected from the rest. Like it's all unfinished.
Or still evolving.
Okay, so we've got... We need to get the blue into here, which is... Where is the blue? Okay, so the blue needs to go... No, that's what the blue needs to do. So I need to... Oh, can I do it that way? Can I, like, open this up that way? Okay, there we go. That's that. Yoink. And that is why it's called elevation. That's what I need the box. Well, actually, do I need a box for that? Yeah, I probably will do actually. I need to put... Actually, I might need a box on that. Because I need to combine... Oh, no, that's what I've done wrong. Hang on. Yoink. Excuse me, I know what I've done wrong. I know why it's called elevation. There we go. Oh, no, that's not... I don't think that's elevated enough. I think it might need to be a little closer. Better. There we go. Haha! And because you're blue, drink. Ha ha ha!
Keep solving these, 1K. Let's see where it leads.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a secret one I just solved, but it also seemed to account for the main set too, which is a surprise.
I ran the samples I collected so far. The soil sample results are in line with what would be expected in this type of environment. The samples from the above ground structures, though, I tried dating them, but the results just don't make sense. None of the typical molecular markers are present. These walls could have been made 10,000 years ago or yesterday. I could try to estimate an age based on erosion and plant growth, but I'm not sure that would make sense given how weird everything else is.
Good work, Yakut. Keep at it.
It's a huge area. Seems like a very big... Oh, hello.
Another set of golden gates. These must be connected to the ones near the megastructure.
There was a harder set of puzzles in the simulation, right? And maybe they're like that. I know 1K is probably like, yay, harder puzzles. But to me, that sounds like error code 704. No thanks.
You know what? I love the dialogue in this game. It's really good. They got some good voice actors for it too. I'm loving this. This is... I know I'm just running around right now, but honestly, looking around, mooching around for secrets, like, this is my jam. Like, you have no idea how happy this game makes me. Oh, hello. Ha 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 ha. Unknown machine. Looks like a pump, maybe. Hard to say. Okay. This is technically all part of the structure over here. Oops, 7 and question mark over here. Interesting. I'm assuming it doesn't matter the order I do the main puzzles in, but I feel like the main puzzles I should do in order if I can at all help it. Triangle puzzle. How many of those were there? Hang on. There were two lost puzzles. Well, let's get another one. Interconnectivity. Ah, so we need green and we need blue. Alright, what have we got? We got a red there. We want that. Aha. Open for now. Also seems, well, red and blue does make green, doesn't it? However, don't think. Ah, no, that's not gonna work anyway. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to get into there to get those two. I think that'll work like that. Yoink. There. Drop you off. We can connect you. No, we can't do that. Hang on. Yeah, but then how do I get the green past it? That's the tricky part. No, see, I can't reach that from there. So... trying to work out why that's there. That's the tricky part. Because I've only got, because technically speaking, if I connected, say, just for the sake of example, that and that, then I get green out of there. But how the hell do I connect you to you without crossing the streams? That's the tricky part. So either the green So either the green or the blue has to go... No, it has to be the blue, really. It's got to go around. Or maybe not that one. How do we get the blue out of you? See, again, it's like... It's the red that's kind of screwing me over. We don't have a box to mess around with in this one. Okay, we don't think we do. There wasn't a box in there, was there? Okay, no. Oh, hang on, this might work. Maybe I was overthinking it. Again, it's like, it's close, but it ain't quite there. Unless that works. That works! Got it!
Excellent work, 1K.
Thank you. Well, there's your 2 secret puzzles solved. Still gonna work out the mystery of the stars, of course.
There's another one of those monuments.
Maybe, but not sure. Looks like it's got text around it, but it's not translating anything. How puzzling. Well, okay. So the map is definitely getting a little bit more filled out. That's good. I like that. Well, we found puzzle number 8. But we really need to find puzzle number 3 because I feel like I should start that. I do like how it's got little arrows and stuff pointing at everything. It's good for not getting too lost. I mean, I've solved the super secret bonus one, so we should be around that point, really. Hang on, there's another question mark here. Oh, hello. What is this? Ooh. Explore content on a lost terminal. Fancy. Lift Razor. Lift, what's that? From the lives of the first companions. He is perhaps the most mysterious of the first companions, a wanderer and mystic by nature. He would venture far from New Jerusalem on his own, recording his thoughts as he explored harsh and distant lands. These recordings garnered him a group of devoted followers to whom he has tried to impart his wisdom. In the troubled time following the founder's disappearance, he and his disciples set out on a journey to reach the opposite end of the world by foot. They have not been heard of since.
There is a pleasure in arriving on this island.
The pleasure of being the first to step foot here in hundreds of years. It is a genuine pleasure, and yet it is also banal. My presence here is of no more significance than that of every other animal. These rocks do not care who walks here, and the millennia between the presence of our ancestors and my brief journey are nothing to them. But even putting it this way is wrong. It is not that the rocks do not care. It is that in some sense they do not exist. I may stand in awe of the cliffs on the southern coast, but the cliffs cannot look back at me with contempt. They cannot do anything at all.
Well, hello. I think I found that little guy, which... yeah, I think he's like... it was beyond where I thought it was. Well, that's interesting. Okay, but it has gone 4 o'clock. So we'll definitely have to do this when I get back. But... I just love this game. God, like the first Talos Principle was just a joy, but this is a delight. Like, God, this is so much fun. Anyway, back in a minute, guys. And we are back. All right, let's see what this little dude has. I'm assuming this is the thing he's looking for. Music's got funky. It seems a little epic for chasing a ball of blue nanites around. Well, that's irritating. I can't actually finish. Well, whatever the hell that thing is, I'll have to wait until I've finished all the rest of the puzzles first. Well, okay. In that case, we're just going to have to do a couple of puzzles, aren't we? Number 3! Castling. That's a doctor book, that one. Okay. I need a red. Yep. And to get a red, we need a blue and a green. The only blue that we have access to, I assume. Yeah, the only blue we have access to is one created from red and green. Okay, so we have to make red and green, make blue, and then blue and red to make. So we need to do you and you, and to there. Yeah, that's fine. And then you and you. And no, not that. And then we need you and you. Oh, that's there. And then boom. Simple, nice, and easy. I will say, it is the one thing I genuinely do worry about. Oop.
I have good news, and I have bad news. Still no idea what those particle clouds are, but I've managed to fix the transport system. I mean, I fixed another bit of it. Well, it goes to one more station now. Don't complain. 2 stations are better than none.
What was the problem?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was sabotage. The whole system is a mess.
Let's not make any assumptions. Yakut, what does the next site look like?
It's a plateau in the mountains. Seems like more of an open area with scattered structures. Less enclosed. Couldn't tell much from the drone feed. There's a lot of trees. Looks pretty, though.
Okay. Keep exploring, everyone, but stay alert.
Okay. So I feel like I could be able to blow up this wall and find a secret behind it. Right, there's number 3. Where be number 4? There be number 4. I kind of wish I could jump just a little bit higher. Sometimes I fall into a place and I'm like, oh god, now I gotta find a way to get out. Alternate option. No, alternative option. Okay. Oh, hey, we have a fan. Alright. Ah. Is this doing what I think it's doing? Yeah, this is a simple one. If this is... Oh, hang on. No, I can't. Oh, hang on. I was kind of thinking, oh, I can just click onto this, and like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. No. No, that's not it. Ooh dear. Can... But I don't know, but can... No, they can't. Okay. So... I mean, that... I don't know, that's probably an option, but I don't think it's the option. No, I'm having trouble actually clicking that. Okay. So first I thought, oh, well, maybe the lasers can go through the glass. They can't go through the glass. Then I thought maybe we could just put that there. But no, it needs to be on top of the box. Okay, here's a thought. If I connect you up to there and then pick you up... No, okay. I was going to say, can I pick up the box and the thing at once? No, that's not an option. See, it's alternative option. What's alternative? See, alternative option implies there's something somewhere else. And that was sort of a thing in the last game that you could kind of do if you were clever. In some cases you could take a light beam from a completely different puzzle as sort of a cheat. And there was in fact a few stars that required that. Because I can go up here. Because here's the thing: if I turn this on, I can then hop into this. Like, this is fine. Like, that I can do. This is not a problem. Not an issue. I don't see any other things that I can connect to. The problem is, once it's like... Yeah, I can't pick it up without resetting it. So what do I do? It sort of works, but it also sort of doesn't. Oh! You can keep the... I never saw that option before. Oh, that's what it's teaching you. You can... God almighty, you got a big brain that, haven't you? You can keep connections. Again! Wasn't something in the last game. Content interface. Ooh, hello. Incredible structure. Yep, well, I'm working on it. Gold doors. Still don't know much about those. Puzzles. Lost puzzles. Yep. Okay, we went in New Jerusalem, if you remember. I spoke to my friends. This whole mysterious island expedition thing has the city a bit on edge. They have some questions for you before I make any introductions. Oh yeah, this was the I'm not sure about anything guy. You consent to my gathering and sharing your personal opinion. Wait, what am I signing up to? My friend just wants to assure you're the right kind of person. If you know what's really going on, you have to play along. You can back out at any time, but if you don't engage the process, then, well, you won't get to engage with the process. What if by consenting I miss out on something else? I'll give you some advice, newbie. When your choices matter in this world, you'll know about it. It's somehow built in. When you face a dilemma and both options look good, then for sure you'll miss out something, but trust your gut, you can't go wrong. Alright. 6 questions, standard vetting procedure. Get the best results if you answer. In what ways most true to you? Question 1. Which is more important for making good decisions, compassion or knowledge? For making good decisions? That depends on what the definition of good is. Because good can mean good in different ways, depending on what angle you're looking at the situation from. But if we're talking about a standard moralistic term for good, honestly, this is one of those questions that sounds like it doesn't matter what you pick, the answer is right or wrong, depending on what the person in charge wants it to be. Let's go knowledge. Is it ever okay to lie or misdirect in order to keep a secret? Yeah, lying can be okay. It's natural to lie. Even animals can lie. So this Doge guy is the equivalent of Milton from the last game, I'm assuming. When people do wrong, do they deserve to be punished for it beyond what is necessary for our own protection? Well, no one deserves to suffer unnecessarily. I mean, beyond what is necessary for our own protection, then no. If it's just like, you do something wrong and you're punished, fine, but beyond what's necessary? No, of course not. Now it gets metaphysical. In your opinion, what can the world be reduced to mechanical... can the world be reduced to mechanical parts? Or is the distance just weirder than we will ever really know? Oh, no, it's definitely weirder than we will ever know. It's all Greek to you. Yeah, well, that's Greek philosophy, isn't it? Can things really change for the better, for good, or do good times and bad times just come around in cycles? I mean, personally, there is a cyclical nature to the world, but I do think there is a general trend towards making things better. Yeah, human progress shows that things can get better and stay that way. They have gotten better. Like, people say, oh, things were better in the past. No. No, by whatever metric you want to say, things were never better in the past. Ever. Like, medicine was worse, entertainment was worse, rights were worse. There are so many things that you look back on and go, no, actually that was pretty shitty back then. Which is more important to the success of a civilization? To respect the lessons of our past or to rewrite the rules for our future? Why don't we have both? The problem you've got, and the way I see it, is that people try to hold on to the past too much. There's nothing wrong with remembering the past, but you can't let it hold you back. So I'm going to go with that one. Alright, question 7. Can praying for something make it more likely to come true? No. Well, okay. My instinctive gut reaction is no, because I'm not quite atheistic. I'm kind of more agnostic, but I'm like praying to a big tall guy with a beard on a fluffy cloud somewhere. That's gonna get you fuck all with life. That being said, praying can have a positive psychological effect on the human brain because it can make you feel like you're being looked after. Even if you're not, you can sort of trick your brain into thinking things are going to be okay. It is that idea of positive mental attitude will lead to more positive outcomes in your life. So, there is a psychological effect that praying can have, but I don't believe it in general. Oh, good. So 1K found a recording of literature, whatever. I know he's one of the first companions. I don't actually know what it says about him. He always had an unusual perspective, even at the very beginning. He traveled a lot, sometimes leaving for years. He built a kind of mobile recharging station, so he didn't need to come back to the city that often, though it was quite risky as the solar panels had a tendency to break rather quickly. But he had no problem taking risks if he felt they were necessary, and exploration was necessary to him. He would record his thoughts as he explored, and then publish them when he returned. Over the centuries, he accumulated a group of admirers, or disciples if you prefer. In the period of crisis surrounding Athena's appearance, they left the city, headed into the unknown. We haven't heard from him since. The recording I found, one of those he published back in the day. No, not as far as I can tell. Perhaps it's something he decided to shelve, or something he only shared with his close friends. Interesting. Long-awaited birth of our 1000th and final citizen was interrupted today by an unknown projection in the sky. Projection which identifies itself as prodigious, goading New Jerusalem's inhabitants in indecipherable incantations. In an interview with 1K, he suggested the projection could be the work of someone outside New Jerusalem. This assessment appears to be correct, as the source of the projection was tracked to a remote, mysterious island. Team led by Byron is now on route to find out more. The mayor is once again called for calm and promised that New Jerusalem will be safe as long as citizens do not forget the ideals of the goal. Well, okay. I do like that. It's good world building and stuff. Okay, why is there a question mark right over here? What is this? Ooh. More stuff. Okay, day one. We finally set out from the dam today. The site that Athena and Cornelius picked for the city isn't far, but the vegetation makes the going difficult. We found the secondary supply site easily enough, thanks to Alexander Drennan's instructions, but they're finding New Jerusalem. But while I still have to compile a detailed inventory, it seems that many of the more complex materials are in bad shape. They must have expected the simulation to fulfill its purpose a lot sooner. But then they had probably expected all 12 of us to be here from day one, not just Athena. Tonight we will have to use the 2 recharging pods that we brought from the dam in 4-hour shifts, which is just as well. And tell them what sort of critters are hiding in the underground. Most of them will have to learn that our kind isn't edible. True. On the introduction of Are We There Yet? Where we come from, where are we going, and why you'll need snacks. Okay. Sometimes people point to the last few hundred or thousand years of human history and say, look at how ugly it all is. Look at what a mess we've made. Maybe modernity is a bad idea. Maybe we should stick to living like cavemen. And I get it. It is ugly and messy. But the mistake is thinking that where we are now is the end point. And thus this is the adulthood of the human species. Correct! It's never. There is no such thing as the end. It doesn't just stop. I mean, to apply what you know now about human development to human history, think about babies. Babies are ugly. I admit it, we all know it, they all look like tiny old people covered in mucus. Yet anybody who says that babies look cute is lying. That's just hormones. They have soft heads, they grow into children, tiny sociopaths with underdeveloped brains. Then they become teenagers, pimply self-righteous lunatics driven by hormones. I think that's the phase we're currently in. And then, slowly, if you're lucky, they gradually become adults. The development of human individual is always ugly and messy, but that's the point. It's development towards something. The same applies to humans as a whole. On a geological scale, we've barely just come into existence. We've gone through the baby phase, just about survived our childhood, but we're barely teenagers. Exactly. Stopping here would be disastrous, and a betrayal of everything that we could still become. We may feel the weight of history on our shoulders, but this is just the prologue. To put it in pop culture terms, we haven't even made it out of the tutorial yet. Just because it's all pimples and hormones and frustration right now doesn't mean that's never going to change. Fucking 100% yes. There is this idea that we're somehow finished, like as a species and as a society, and that is so not true. It winds me up when people say that stuff. I think all that time Athena's identity has changed her. I don't think she has conceived of the goal before. I think she believed fully in the naively optimistic ideals of Alexander Drennan. But walking through those ruins is a visceral experience, and she spent a great deal of time there looking for resources. It's the sheer amount of death that gets to me. How many animals our ancestors killed? How many to the point of extinction? Entire species eradicated, sometimes for the most superficial reasons. Whenever humans arrived somewhere, death would follow. And then the great blowback, the death of billions of thinking beings, the extinction of humanity itself. Too horrific to truly imagine. But I suspect the founder spent a great deal of time doing just that. That's when she must have realized that there was no way back to the growth-obsessed, all-consuming civilization of the past. I mean, yeah. Not wrong, I suppose. Alright, let's go find number. You can get up there. That's right, navigating this place can be very difficult. It's a bit maze-like. Which, again, kind of like what it was in the last game, too, I suppose. Hey.
Hey, 1K, how can I help you? I don't know if there's much to tell. I'm not that interesting. I'm just a member of the scavenging team. Well, senior member. Lead scavenger, I guess. There's not that many of us left, to be honest, and Garrus doesn't get along with the mayor. What else? I have a cat named Bruce. I like old music. I have a collection of antique bottles. I think that's it.
That's cute. Why'd you become a scavenger?
I've always loved exploration. Seeing new places, that feeling that you're the first person to set foot somewhere after all this time. But you know, it's not even that. It's just seeing new things. The world is full of remarkable sights, and experiencing them changes you. It's not the same as just reading about it.
Yeah, you and me are gonna be friends.
Exactly. Every time I go on another mission, I find something that surprises me, that extends my horizons in ways I couldn't have anticipated. The world is so much bigger than we are. It contains things that we can't even imagine, and if we limit ourselves to our own minds, we'll never grow.
Tell me about Bruce.
He's 5 years old, half goofball, half psychopath.
That's an average for a
Loves
cat.
sticking his head into things, chews cables, pees on electrical stuff. Melville banned him from her workshop, but he loves visiting her and peeing on her equipment.
So he's a normal cat then.
I just find it fascinating that these fragile objects have survived for so long. Plus, they're kind of pretty.
Hey, do you want to solve any of these puzzles?
Oh no, please. No puzzles. I'm so bad at puzzles. I barely got out of the booting process. Elohim thought I might be defective.
Fair enough. Is this the furthest you've ever been to New Jerusalem?
It might be this. Although there was an expedition to a superconductor storage facility up north, incredibly well preserved, but the logistics were an absolute nightmare. Now that I think about it, there might be some of that in you.
Huh. You ever seen anything like this?
Our ancestors built some pretty amazing things. Huge cities, factories, mines, monuments to their history, but nothing quite like this, no.
Okay, well, fun for the chat. Very edutainable. Trevor Percival Donovan, known to his friends simply as Trev, ever as Percy, was part of the Extended Lifespan project that formed the backbone of the simulation and the archive. He helped put together the hardware that made this all possible. Like Alexander Drennan, he left behind a series of messages for the future. But unlike Alexander Drennan or Arcady, he was forgotten. Not one building or street in New Jerusalem is named after him. I dug up his files from the archive and have been thinking about them a lot. We're getting an introduction to a new character that we never heard of before, but was totally involved in the first game, guys.
So I heard that Alexandra is recording these time capsules for you out there, I guess? Robot people of the future, hi. And I thought to myself, surely they'll want to hear more than the wisdom and insight of a brilliant scientist like Alexander Drennan. Surely they also want to know what I was thinking, a dumbass hardware engineer from Staten Island. Tell us about your insights, Trevor. Why did you spend your last months on Earth helping a crazy old Russian guy build the world's biggest backup drive? Well, let me tell you my story. When I was... Yes, Frank. I'm recording right now. Uh-huh. No. You know what? Why don't you go...
Yep, sure, fine. Okay. I wonder why that was turned off. Good old jammers. Got the red. Where's the blue? We need a blue. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I know how these things work. Trust me, this ain't my first rodeo. That's the kind of puzzle I solved back in the last game. Nice. Off you go, little guy.
Melville, what did you just upload?
A photo?
I mean, technically you're right, but
Is that? I can't tell what that is.
how did you even manage? You're literally taking a picture with your eyes, Melville. I don't even know how to make my eyes go out of focus.
Clearly you've never listened to one of Herman's speeches.
Some of us are busy doing actual science, not just sightseeing. Thank you.
What the hell did she have? What? Six. Alternatives. We can't do that. Doesn't work, does it? No. Oh, unless... Hang on, that technically makes green. And then... Blue and green make red. Yeah, let me just... Yeah, red is a combination of...
The bridge ring seems to be fully charged now. Try accessing the tower, 1K.
Yeah, well, I still got 7 and 8 to solve first. And the gate puzzle, whatever that is. Figures I got the wrong spelling way. Self-sufficiency. Okay, so I need an item first. But that doesn't seem to... Ah! exactly sure why I need to do that, but apparently I do. What does that do then? Gotcha. Haha! Woohoo! Let's supercharge it.
I admire your persistence, 1K.
Damn straight. So I'm a little curious, these gates. The gates are that way. So is it the gate, that literal golden gate thing that I saw before? It is apparently this way. I think it is. I think it's that closed gate that I saw previously. I don't know where it is. I don't remember exactly. I was wandering around and sort of stumbled across it. The gate's that way still. Yeah, it was over here somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah, so this is the Golden Gate area then, presumably. So, oh, hello. 1. What have I found 1 of? Wait. Terminals. Constructing the city. So that's like the story, isn't it? That's maybe. But what have I done 1 of? I've apparently done 1 of something. Apparently there's a lot of bees. I don't see them, but I definitely hear them. Are they buzzing around because of the flower? Anyway, let's go find number 8. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's over in this direction somewhere. Okay, so we got a green. That. We got red. What else is there? That's our goal. And okay, we need to make a green to get through that. Which presumably means needing red. Nice. Okay, so we can probably plop you somewhere in here. So we've got a green. Oh. I know I did. My help. Aha. There's your 8.
Odd. One case solved all the puzzles in this area, but nothing happened. There was a brief blip in the system, though. Maybe it'll do something later. There has to be some sort of point.
I'm wondering... Nope, not that way. Has the... That is destroying the frame, right? Yeah, has the, has this got another dot on it? It does. So maybe... See, obviously solving all 8 main puzzles gives you a point on the graph. Or, you know, one of those little dots. I'm not sure which other ones would, though. I don't think it was doing the lost puzzles or finding the lost lab, because I'm fairly certain... Well, I don't know if I did the lost puzzles after finding the golden gate. It could be those. Or it could be finding all of the little log points in the area. I don't know, I'd have to I'd have to explore in another area first, you know? Okay, anyway. We've got a river to cross. Let's find the around here somewhere. Okay. Apparently I get 3 choices. Oh, I can do that. Hey.
I don't know if this is relevant, but St. Edwald believed that Tetramenos represented the name of God and God's ability to reshape the world.
True, but he was also mad as a hatter.
One man's madness is another man's genius.
Okay, we'll have to go play catch up with that. Now we've got
I was terrible at the Tetromino arrangers.
Those were actually the only ones I was good at.
I was
What?
always terrible
I'm just
at
saying.
them. Okay, one bridge constructed. Let's go see what this is about. Fish purple.
Is that some kind of anti-gravity?
I'm not sure. Could be, I guess.
One way to find out. Wow, it didn't destroy the frame rate before. It's going now. Oh, it's very blue here. What the?
In the beginning, the gods shaped humankind out of the clay of the earth and gave them life with their own breath. But who is closer to perfection, the creator or the created?
It's a starry sphinx. That's a reference. Creators because they came from nature. The created because they came from art, not chaos. They're the same for they share the same breath. What the hell are you talking about, lady? Yeah, the first option sounds pretty good. Neither, they cannot be compared. Neither, because perfection is impossible. I mean, I'd lean towards that one, but I'm kind of curious, what the hell are you on about?
I speak in riddles because the world is a mystery. When Prometheus saw that humankind was more alike in nature to the gods than to the animals, he stole the secret of fire from Olympus and shared it with the mortals. Was his theft justified?
Yes, because parents should not leave their children helpless. Zeus did not create fire, it was not his to own in the first place. That's true. I mean, that's a fair shout. Seriously, I have no idea what you're going on about. Should we just not answer any of her riddles and annoy her?
You speak foolishly because you are afraid. Angered by the betrayal of Prometheus, Zeus punished humankind by creating Pandora. He gave her a box, and when she opened it, from inside escaped sorrow and suffering. All that remained within was hope. What does this mean?
Hope may still be found if we're willing to look for it. Zeus intended for humankind to have hope. It should have been released. Hope is itself an evil. Like sorrow and suffering, we're lucky it did not escape. Zeus intended for humankind not to have hope, so it remained trapped. We suffer, but we do not anticipate it. This is a blessing as Zeus intended. Why couldn't Zeus open the damn box himself?
Zeus created Pandora, and so her acts were his.
No, that's not how it works. That's not how
Creature of clay, you stand before the fire. Will it make you whole, or will it destroy you? Consider the shadows cast by the flame, but do not mistake them for truth.
Oh, that's a big fucking gun.
Guys, look at my stream. The beam 1K activated is connecting to the pyramid.
That looks like a massive amount of power.
We need
Hello.
to talk about what just happened. Thoughts?
I'd say there are two distinct issues here. What is the being 1K spoke to, and what is the function of the beam?
Let's start with the Sphinx.
It seems similar to the apparition in New Jerusalem. Presumably the same technology.
What I'd like to know is what we're dealing with, ontologically speaking. Was this a sentient being or some kind of recording?
It was sentient, it seemed to react to what I was saying. That doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't a pre-recorded message. Not sure the interaction wasn't long enough. Yeah, the interaction wasn't really long enough.
Let's skip that issue for now. What really matters here is what it was trying to achieve by asking those questions.
It seemed sort of threatening. It was testing me. I think it was being encrypted to annoy me. Yeah, I think it was a test.
Testing you to what? See if you're worthy?
That's an interesting thought. You solve the puzzles, you get access to the towers, you enable a beam, and if you do it 3 times, you get access to the megastructure.
Maybe, but why?
I don't know. It's a mystery. Don't you like mysteries, Al? Everybody likes a good mystery.
You know what I like? Certainty.
We should be careful we don't know these apparitions of the Nine. That's true. We're all doomed, so no. Yeah, come on now, live a little.
That's the spirit. 1K, keep solving puzzles. The rest of you, as you were.
Okay, activate towers, 1 of 3. So, yeah, the tower got connected up to the big pyramid, and there were 3 of those charging bits on the side, which is cool. I did have a momentary flashback to the Witness when that happened. I was like, oh god. I'm not sure if that's necessarily a good thing or not. So yeah, that's interesting. So it seems as though solve all the puzzles, get into the tower, activate the lasers. 3 lasers to seemingly activate the pyramid. However, when you consider... that's the wrong button. When you consider 3 to connect to the pyramid, what does the pyramid have? It has 4 sides. Get it? The pyramid has 4 sides, which means that each side is going to have those 3 connectors on it, which means we have to activate all 12 of these before we can get into the pyramid. At least that would be my reckoning behind it. Could be not. I don't know. But we'll have to discover that. Ooh, there's the green laser. Ooh, shiny thing. Yeah, we'll discover that when we get back in a minute, because it's already 5 o'clock. So, back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Alright. So, I think first things first. Let's go get ourselves the first star. Actually, no. No, let's not do that just yet. There's one more thing I want to check before we go and get the star. Because these golden gates... I want to go check if another dot's been added. No. Still just the 2. Okay, maybe getting maybe getting both sides? Might get me a third one? I'm really not sure what causes a dot to appear, but it's obvious we've got to do like all, what was it, 12 dots on both doors? Which implies 24 dots. So it could be that there's just 2 dots in each area, because if there's 12 sections, 12 zones.
I think we're done here for now. Let's head over to the next site.
Oh, we are not done. Star.
Not all things must be balanced. When good is weighed against evil, tip the scale.
Aye.
I think that was more like a recording. The entity didn't appear, and the system didn't react either.
Stars. Another reflection of the simulation.
I'm glad they called it out as well. I definitely called that, but so the other one was over here. Somewhere. It was over there. But I couldn't work that one out. I really hope there's some stairs.
Yes?
Tell me about yourself.
Founders, pistons. You want my autobiography now? Fine. I'm one of New Jerusalem's chief engineers. I'm in charge of city maintenance and power management. I'm old as dirt, although not quite as old as that fossil Byron. In short, old, grumpy, keep stuff running.
Any hobbies?
Hobbies? You think I have time for hobbies? That's cute. If I had time for hobbies, all of you would be dead.
Fair. Really? Nothing?
What do you want me to say? I like bubble baths, candy, and the concept of Tuesdays. Cities don't maintain themselves. If you don't put real effort into keeping stuff running, it all falls apart in just a few decades. Civilization is always on the brink of collapse unless we do something about it. And I do.
I mean, yeah, that's not wrong. I hear you're a big fan of Yakut's cat.
Listen, one day that furry little demon is going to pee on the wrong cable and all of New Jerusalem will just turn off. Forget about the megastructure. He's the biggest threat to our security.
Yeah, what do you think of this place?
It's big. It's too big, and it's got a lot of energy running through it. Frankly, I think we should be pooping our robot pants. See, that's what I mean about the language libraries. Pooping our pants. Really?
Fair enough. Any news about the particle clouds?
Yes, but I'm not liking the results.
Oh?
Confusing, irritating, infuriating. Take your pick.
Fair. You have a look at one of those old labs?
I did. It's interesting. The tech is a bit older, but it's been heavily modified to be more efficient. And it's not the kind of hack job you'd expect either. Whoever did this knew what they were doing. We could probably learn something from them.
Look at all this tech I've come from.
I guess it could be discarded New Jerusalem tech. The mayor made us throw away a bunch of stuff that was perfectly fine, if you ask me. But I'm not sure. I'll check to see if I can find any serial numbers, and I'll get back to you.
Okay, well, thanks for the chat. Always nice to talk to people. Right, now, this. This is the other star monument for. Green. He's there. Ah, hello. Bingo. Oh yeah. Aha! See what I mean about connecting outside of the map? Last game did shit like this too. So yeah, that's the game's way of saying look for the beacon thing, which was up on the thing. Stars.
When the first man picked up the first stone, he did not do so to forge a tool. He did so to smite his brother.
Pandora. Fascinating. So, okay, we've got Prometheus and Pandora seem to be at odds with each other. We may end up having to choose a side. The game did sort of vaguely hint that there might be choices that we have to make. And it seems like every world is going to have a Prometheus statue and a Pandora statue. Hi, back again.
Hey 1K, what's up?
What do you think the towers are for?
Maybe they're for powering up the megastructure? Or maybe they just open it, like keys. Why? No idea. But aren't they gorgeous? Just incredible feats of engineering?
Not gonna argue that. Yeah.
I don't know who built this place, but whoever they were, they must have had a purpose. Making something so beautiful feels like a statement of intent.
I suppose you're not wrong. Okay, has another dot appeared? No, we still got just the two. Yeah, so there's 12 on each circle. There's 12 worlds, 2 dots per world. I just don't know what causes the dots to appear yet. So my guess is completing whatever it is that causes the dots to appear in each world will eventually unlock the golden things, which kind of means that that's like endgame stuff. That, you know, we have to do a pretty significant amount of the game before we even get to poke our heads into those things. Which is fair. I'm still going to want to work out what causes them to open. What the fuck is that? Find one of Prometheus's sparks. The fuck did I just find? That wasn't on the list. What is this? Stars clearly inspired by the simulation. Right. Okay, so there are just fire bits hidden. What the hell are those for? Has that done anything to the golden temple room? Probably not. How many of those are hidden in the world? That was not easy to clock. I only happened to see it at the corner of my eye. Now, see, again, I'm thinking it's only 2 dots per area. I think I'm right about that. Secret ending? Might be. I mean, you know, if the Talos Principle 1 taught me anything, it's there are multiple endings to this game. Because the original Talos Principle had 3 endings. You know, there was the... Well, 3 endings? Yeah, I suppose technically there were 3 endings. One is like, you know, just complete the simulation and, you know, reset everything again. The sort of default standard ending. Then you had the actual complete the game ending, you know, ascend the tower. And then we had the become a messenger ending. Which that one was kind of the secret ending. Kinda. But I mean, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if there were multiple endings to this game. So yeah, I mean, something that small would be very hard to find, but we end up needing a guide for something like that. But yeah, first area done. I guess we go to the wooded plateau. We got 8 puzzles, 2 lost puzzles, a golden puzzle, and a lost lab. So it's the same again. It's slightly different layout on the thing, but same again. Really, you can travel to these? Well, okay. Here we go.
Everybody, I'm sure you're all excited to check out the next site, but while you're there, remember that I'm still trying to fix the rest of the transport system. Maybe there's another one of those labs that Wonkai found. If there is, look for more documentation, please.
Noted. Alright. All the goods. All the goods. Right, what do we got? Holy whoa. Yep. What were those things again? Quantum tunneling. I think Disney may have a few things to say about that. Oh, I think I see what it is. Can I do this? Ah, can't take a drill through its own hole. Oh, but I'll tell you what I probably can do. Oh yeah. Such a random thing. Cool.
I can't help but notice that many of these structures are not strictly functional. There's a sense of aesthetics, of beauty here. This place might be meant to test us somehow, but perhaps there's more to it than that.
Okay. Hello. There's some kind of beacon thing up there. Where the hell does that connect to? Okay, does every... Something like, does every level have a switch behind its thing? Was that a thing in the last world? I don't think it was. While we're here. Back up. Actually, you know what? I like doing them in order. Let's do them in order. We'll do that one later. Every month early, return stop the Game Awards. In any case, you have a game of the year. Oh god. I mean, I've played so many games this year. It's really fucking hard to say. I mean, bit of a default answer, maybe the Zelda, Zelda 2, Tears of the Kingdom. I did very much enjoy that game. But I'm a little on the fence about whether that's my true game of the year. Because I played some really fucking good games. It's actually, I will say this, it has been a really fucking good year for games this year. Like, we have had some absolute fucking bangers. I don't know, I'd have to actually, like, sit down and go through all the games I've played first. Alright, what we got? World Spirit. What is it that drives historical processes? It's easy to dismiss the idea of the great man, or the great woman for that matter, when clearly so much is determined by resource distribution, pre-existing political structures, and the randomness of the universe itself. But there is no space at all for the individual in all this. Is there no space for the individual in all this? Are there not moments when, in Hegelian fashion, an individual may represent the world spirit itself? Was Napoleon history on horseback or not? Is that itself another form of determinism? From Augustus and Napoleon, from Lincoln to Lenin, there are individuals whose actions seem to drive rather than merely be driven by history. They make bold choices, for good or ill, that transform entire societies. Or do they? We like to blame them for their failures, but they are not ultimately just the expression of a historical moment. But if they are, where is the space for human agency? It sometimes seems to me that all of human history has been that one struggle, to carve out the space for free choice against the tides of history, and heroes and tyrants, pick and choose examples as you will, are both equally a reflection of that. Our greater goal, then, ought to be to extend that freedom to the maximum number of people, to become captains of our own fate, as such as that is possible in this universe. It's kind of sad since you feel a lot of really, really good games this year in the shadow of Baldur's Gate 3. I don't think that's actually true. Like, I know everybody keeps raving about Baldur's Gate 3. I don't think that game is as big and grand as everybody's saying. I think everybody is running around saying that it's big and grand because a lot of people are just parroting that. But I don't think that Baldur's Gate 3 is as big as everybody's claiming it to be. I'm not going to say it's not an important game, and I do think it is one of the standouts of this year, certainly. But I don't think it was the be-all and end-all of gaming in 2023. You know? I mean, I may have some bias in that because I have no intention of ever playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm sure it's a great game. It's just very much not for me. I honestly don't give a flying fuck about Dungeons and Dragons in the slightest. I'm not a huge fan of games that rely on dice rolls and luck as a major mechanic because I always feel like I'm just going to get fucking screwed over by the universe. So I don't enjoy that. And I'm honestly not a big fan of the whole, sort of tactical turn-based RPG thing. It's the same reason I never got into the early Fallout games. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of game. So, but I mean, if you played it and you liked it, fine, whatever. It's really not my kind of game. Okay, they went back to the dam to get more charging equipment. They've not returned yet, which means we're stretched a little thin, since we're still posting guards at the time. Those large herbivores haven't come back yet, and at any rate, they assured us that they were non-aggressive, but it's better to not take any chances. Not when there's so few of us and so many of them. They spend most of their time drawing up plans and arguings, in a friendly manner, but arguing still. The rest of us are just managing to tune them out pretty well. It's like background noise after a while. We started construction of the first habitat. It's going to be a temporary structure for now, but but would be glad to get out of the rain.
So, what are you doing here, Trevor? Why are you trying to save the world? Well, look, I think humanity is awesome. I love humanity. As a species, we're great. I mean, our track record is pretty mixed, but have you seen everyone else? I mean, what did you do today, animal? Oh, I ate some leaves, sniffed my own butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. Or, you know, I tore this other animal limb from limb, sniffed my friend's butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. They really don't do anything interesting. I mean, you don't see animals directing Big Trouble in Little China. Birds can go tweet, tweet, but it ain't exactly the White Album. I mean, they can't even make a good cheeseburger, for Christ's sakes. They have no art, no cuisine, no pleasure. Animals are nice to look at, but you wouldn't want to be one. Except maybe a cat. I could be a cat.
Everybody loves cats. Thought I was done then. I was like, haha! Nothing's ever simple, is it? Now that implies you can put these things on the floor and probably the ceiling too. That's something I'm gonna have to remember.
I keep thinking, why puzzles? Is it just their symbolic value because of our history? Because the thing about puzzles is they can be solved. But if this is about testing us, what are we being tested for? It can't just be about spatial reasoning.
Our curiosity? Our persistence?
You're assuming that this place follows a coherent logic. My impression is that it's full of contradictions.
Hello.
Everything okay?
Tell me about yourself, why not?
Me? Well, I was born when New Jerusalem was a lot smaller than it is now. And there was a lot of work to do. I wasn't really interested in technical stuff, engineering and so on, but I was good at keeping things organized. So I got involved with the administration side of things. Making sure the scavenging teams focused on the right materials, keeping track of our energy usage, that sort of thing. I think we've accomplished what the founder wanted us to, and I'm proud that I helped make that happen. Byron doesn't see it that way, obviously, but I think sometimes he gets so lost in his dreams that he forgets to look at the real world.
That's fair. Consider Byron a friend?
Of course. My best friend, in fact. And someone I've worked with hundreds of times over the centuries. A good person who cares about the world and the people in it. I just also think he's wrong about everything and extremely annoying.
Yeah, that's about right. I like that you can disagree and still be friends.
The founder taught us that we must never lose track of other people's humanity, even if they disagree with us. We're all in this together, even if we can't always see eye to eye.
What's your opinion on the megastructure?
I don't know. It's obviously impressive, but I think we should be very careful. We're dealing with powers we don't really understand.
True. What do you think of the old lab?
I think the only reason to build a lab in so remote a location is because you're trying to hide what you're doing. Or because what you're doing is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel about the goal?
To me, it means accepting a certain amount of humility. Our ancestors thought they could master the world with no regard for any other organisms. They failed to see themselves as part of a greater whole. I think the founder realized where they went wrong and tried to offer us a different path. A path where we have a place in this world, but the world is not ours. Well, puzzles, or trials, as Elohim calls them, were used as part of the process that created the founder, and they're still part of how we're born. They symbolize the human ability to understand the world and solve problems. But nowadays, they don't have a practical application. They are a common motif in the arts, though. The only physically existing puzzles I can think of are in the Museum of the Simulation. So, to answer your question, no idea.
Very long way to say that, but sure, okay.
Whatever that being is, it told us that we stand before the fire. That can only be a warning, and I think we should take it seriously. We don't want another New Alexandria.
New Alexandria? Oh, was there an old settlement once upon a time? Seems like it. Alright, now, on to number 3. What have we got? Back up. You. I do like that. That's a neat thing that you can do. I imagine that's going to get quite complicated towards the end. Okay. Sorted.
Good work. Keep going.
I'm a little curious, actually. I don't particularly know what color we need, but I'm going to assume green. Ah, it's Byron.
Tell me, what did you make of New Jerusalem?
Bigger than I thought it would be.
It does look very grand, doesn't it? We had such ambitions in the beginning, but if you look closely, you'll notice the cracks. The places where it's all starting to fray. We've lost faith in ourselves, in our humanity. All we need to do now is finish that dome and we'll be trapped in our perfectly neat little tomb. Of course, ask away.
Well, I've already done the tell me about yourself. Yeah, roll with puzzles.
When Alexandra Drennan was trying to find a way of creating true AI, she stumbled upon the idea that curiosity and playfulness are core characteristics of intelligence. So she built the simulation around a game, because playing is part of what makes us human. We also retain some of that code, as I'm sure you noticed when you were booting up. Because of that, puzzles have always been important to our culture. To me, they represent the idea that the application of reason can lead us forward. None of which explains why these puzzles are here or who built them, but I think it shows that there must be some kind of intent behind them, perhaps a test.
Opinions on a megastructure.
It's a mystery. Not just because it's technologically far ahead of us, but because we genuinely don't understand its purpose. And I think that's wonderful. It's just what we needed as a civilization.
Yeah, kick up the butt. Yeah, you and Alcatraz seem to have an odd friendship.
Because we disagree on just about everything, you mean? Well, here's the secret. Al is honest. He believes what he believes because it seems right to him, not because it gives him power over others. I respect that. In fact, I prefer that to someone who agrees with me just because I'm one of the first companions.
Yeah, what do you make of the Sphinx?
I don't know what she is, ontologically speaking, but those questions she asked reinforce my belief that we're being tested, or perhaps analyzed.
Thank you. Well, okay then. Ooh, apparently you've got team spirit, isn't that nice? Haven't I spoken to him before? Okay, so I connected a green thing to this. I don't know if this is... Ooh, actually, let me double check something. Yeah. I don't know if this is actually going to go anywhere. I don't even know if it's green that it wants. It could have wanted blue, it could have wanted red. I'm going to assume it wants green, because that makes the most sense. But where does it go after this? I didn't follow this. Whoa, hello. I didn't follow this particular track.
So these monuments represent each of the entities. Pandora, the Sphinx, and Prometheus.
Makes sense, I guess.
For a given value of sense.
Okay, 2, 4, 7, 8. Right, I think I know exactly what that's saying. But I want to follow this green thing first. This stops here. So it's obviously for something nearby. Hey, another one of these. This is number 8. Number 8? Okay. I also see a question mark all the way over here. Secret puzzle? Hey, secret puzzle. Loop. Oh dear. Well, that don't sound good. Okay. So we just need to be able to get one item through there. Why loop? Oh, I think I know. Pull you out, don't I? Yoink. I get an idea. Then that just takes us right back where the hell we were. So, right, yeah, that's saying... Right, I get it. I think I just worked it out. There, bring you around, that, and that. Now it's open, and we now have the chance to there, blasted, and that's what. Hello.
You know something that's weird about these puzzles? They're not replicas of the simulation puzzles, like the ones in the museum.
Wasn't there an artist who did an exhibition a few years ago that involved new puzzles of some kind?
That was Barzai. It was called Trials of an Imagined Past. I tried to get you to come along. You thought it would be boring.
Were they similar?
No. Not at all.
Was it boring?
I thought it was interesting.
Yes, your mileage may vary, in other words. Okay. Number 7. Question mark all the way over here. Hidden vault or... secret puzzle. Secret puzzle. Okay, well I don't really have time to solve that. I mean, technically I could, but don't want to push my luck time-wise. I just want to find... That was the door. I need... I might be able to do that. Because I want to see if solving one of the secret puzzles has added a dot to the door. Hang on, 2, 4, 7, 8. You need to remember that. 2, 4, 7, 8. And actually, also while I'm thinking about it, hang on. Go. 2, 4, 7, 8, 2, 4, 7, 8. So 2 is on. Four is on. So much foliage. Seven. Where's the number for it? 7. Where's oh, come on. Ah. Okay, so that's yeah, that's that one. Can I read that? What did I think about it? I don't know, I can't remember what I haven't done. And then 8. There it is. I wondered what those switches were about. I kind of figured they'd be something related to a secret, but I wasn't 100% sure until I saw the numbers on the pedestal.
Every answer leads to another question. The last answer leads to the first question.
Fair enough. Okay, well, that is going to have to be it for today, but I'm having a blast with this. I'm sure my tune will change as we get into the later puzzles, because I do remember very specifically that... Oh, hello. Another one of these things.
I think you just picked up some kind of decryption key. Could try using it on those terminals inside the puzzles.
Oh, is that what they are? They're hint points. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there were things like that back in the first game, but they were precious few. Like, you got like 3 of them in the whole game. 6 if you did the little bonus mini game that came out before the base game did. Yeah, those were so few and far between. Nice to see there's a few more of those scattered around. That's good then. So hey, at least I know what to do on those. Anyway, yes, I am really enjoying this game. As I said, the game will probably start kicking my butt once we get into the latter part. Talos Principle 1 was very similar, but hopefully I can work my way through it. There is a sort of underlying logic to these puzzles. It's a case of gather all the items, then see how they all fit together. That usually is how it goes. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see ya. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.